Here's what they won't tell you in college. When Rome burned Jerusalem in 70 AD, they scattered the Jews, but they didn't erase them. You can trace every single migration, every community, every bloodline from that moment forward. How? One practice kept them visible for 2,000 years. The Sabbath. While they mixed and mingled with Gentile nations, they never stopped keeping the seventh day. That weekly marker made them unmistakable, traceable, and undeniable in every land they touched. The bloodline got mixed? Sure. But the covenant memory, never forgotten. Let me show you how we know. AD 70. Rome takes Jewish captives back to Italy. Those families became the Eidelkim, the Italian Jews. From there, some moved north into the Rhineland, modern Germany and France. By the Middle Ages, those communities spoke Yiddish, built rabbinic academies, and became the Ashkenazi Jews. Sabbath keepers in Poland, Germany, Russia. You can trace them generation by generation through rabbinic records, synagogue ledgers, and tombstones. They kept Sabbath in Prague while their neighbors went to church on Sunday. That's how you stay identified. Meanwhile, Jews in Spain and Portugal, the Sephardim, flourished under Muslim and Christian rule. Until 1492, when Spain expelled them. They scattered to Morocco, Turkey, Greece, and the Netherlands. But they carried their Sabbath candles with them, spoke Ladino, sang their songs, and married within their communities. Every Friday night, they lit the same lights their ancestors lit in Jerusalem. The Romans could burn the temple. They couldn't burn the memory. And then there are the Jews who never left the Middle East. The Mizrahi Jews of Iraq, Iran, Syria, Yemen, Egypt. Direct descendants of the Babylonian exile from the 6th century BC. Ancient synagogues still standing. Judeo-Arabic manuscripts. Hebrew texts. Scholars reading by lamplight. Traditional Middle Eastern Jewish communities maintaining their practices. They spoke Arabic, but they read Hebrew. They lived under Muslim rule for 1,400 years, but they kept the Sabbath. After 1948, Arab nations expelled 850,000 of them. Where did they go? Home, to Israel, carrying the same Torah scrolls their ancestors carried into Babylon 2,500 years earlier. Ethiopia. The Beta Israel, cut off from global Judaism for centuries. But guess what they never stopped doing? Keeping Sabbath, reading Torah, observing Passover. Yemenite Jewish families in traditional dress arriving in Israel, carrying ancient Hebrew texts. Traditional Middle Eastern Jewish clothing, warm lighting emphasizing cultural continuity. Yemen. Jews so isolated they speak Hebrew closer to the biblical dialect than anyone else on earth. Why? Because they never stopped reading it aloud every Sabbath for 2,000 years. Sabbath candles burning with text overlay. Sabbath equals the thread through time. So here's the bottom line. From AD 70 to today, you can trace the Jewish people through one unbroken practice, the Sabbath. The bloodline mixed? Yes. But the covenant identity never disappeared. Today, those same families are home, speaking 7 languages, eating different foods, but reading the same Torah their great-great-great-grandparents read in Jerusalem before Rome burned it down. That's not a political movement. That's not Zionist propaganda. That's a 2,000-year paper trail written in Sabbath candles and tombstones. Next time someone tells you modern Jews aren't the real Israel, ask them, who else kept the Sabbath for 2,000 years? I'm Professor Toto, and that's the history they don't teach.